Welcome to the Knights of the Walking Dead.
I'm gonna zoom on a shot of your ass for this.
Oh yes.
All your ass through the car.
Is that even? That looks like it's tip
That
forward.
was intense.
That looks like it's tip forward. Is that on?
I made it tilt forward so
Tips
that way
down.
everybody.
Tips
So-
freaking down.
Is everyone from that show?
Oh man, that episode was amazing.
Sauce
Epic.
boss.
Very good.
It
Very
was
good.
awesome. Yes, this episode was called The Grove, and let's just go to the opening of this amazing episode, which starts off pretty freaky. Lizzie,
Freaky.
which I couldn't tell if it was Lizzie or not at the beginning, but
I couldn't tell who it was.
Lou girl playing with the walker
Yeah, I was like,
with that creepy music going
I was like,
on.
is this really happening right now?
I thought it was like some old guy in that house, like creeping on people.
Oh, I don't know.
I definitely had this like old perv creeper feel from the
I guess
that
my-
music.
Yeah.
I guess my eyes hadn't adjusted because I couldn't tell what was going. I just saw two people. I was so unimpressed. I guess.
Oh man, but when you find out.
Oh yeah, it holds.
But anyways.
I thought
If-
I thought the scene was just for fun. Just
Really?
just to
Oh,
throw
yeah.
that in there,
Yeah,
like an old school.
Oh, look what we can do.
Look what we can put
yeah.
on the TV.
Yeah, because I didn't know, honestly, I didn't know, I knew it was a zombie, I didn't know it was Lizzie, but, oh man, that freaked me out a little bit, it was really creepy, and then it cuts right to the scene at nighttime, so I was like, alright,
Yeah.
who was that, but,
I almost forgot about that little crazy girl. I forgot about last episode
Man.
when she almost killed Judith. It's
yeah.
craziness does not stop with her.
Okay, so, yeah, it sure doesn't. It goes to the nighttime, where Carl,
Carol and Lizzie. They were actually,
Carol,
it was actually pretty cool. They were talking a little bit about Sophia,
yes.
which
Yeah.
I thought that's such. I can't imagine the difficulty of that conversation for Carol to have, especially with another girl who she is
Yeah.
starting to
Which
see as her daughter.
Yeah.
I was just trying to connect like what they're doing, and that was a lot.
This episode
Good character.
definitely had a lot
A
of Sophia
deep emotional
references.
episode.
It was.
Yeah. All right. So a lot of Sophia references in this one. All right, and then it went to the survival thing of patching Tyrese up
With the tree sap,
with the tree sap.
the smell of fire thing, that was in the same scene.
Could you explain where that big smoke was coming from? Because before we had this discussion here, I didn't know, and then you just brought it to our attention.
Yes, well actually we both did, because,
Okay.
well, we were talking about it earlier today, but the whole smoke scene, and the smoke was black and then the smoke was white, that was from an earlier episode where Daryl and Beth burnt down that old shack, and that was the smoke. So you kind of get a reference to how close these characters actually are.
Yeah.
I didn't even put two and two together, honestly.
I didn't
I
put
didn't
together.
put it
At the
until someone
time,
told me.
I did not. But when you think about it, it really it shows you how much they're setting up for later. You know, because everyone's
They're
close.
pretty
Everyone's
close.
Later
hot.
as in the season finale, or later as in next season?
Later as in 2 episodes.
I'll take a look at next season.
Yeah.
Really?
It's gonna be-
You don't think
it's
they'll
gonna
ever
be
do
a
that?
week.
I think a reunion's inevitable.
You don't
And
think they're
it's
gonna
happen
have that at the end
before
of this
this
one?
season.
I think some people are, but I don't think everyone is going to be back. Like
Okay.
I still feel like Daryl's going to be kind of stuck in that situation.
Still looking for Beth, probably.
I feel like they're gonna give a
Oh, not Beth. I'm
no
sorry.
happy ending.
Was it Beth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Beth. Okay. All
We're
right.
getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go back to Mika and Carol are talking, and Mika says some key quotes that are recited by Carol later in the episode. Everything works out the way it should.
Which was a quote she got from her mother.
From her mother, yep. And then also another thing was the smoke. Mika's actually really smart.
Yeah.
It shows that she's definitely smarter than Lizzie.
Knowledgeable. Useful.
Yeah, about the smoke. The dark smoke represents that the fire is still burning, and white smoke represents
Sure,
the fire.
she's not crazy.
Yes.
She's not crazy.
Yeah, she's not crazy.
She understands what's going on.
She is of sane mind,
Yeah.
which is good when you're in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
What?
So they found that you know, they found that
They
place.
found a cool little house.
Cool little place to
That's
get
what
was.
in
The house in the grove. What's what it was?
There you go.
And I thought it was cool when they were all sitting down relaxing, and
Oh yeah.
Tyrese was he was almost in shock. He was,
Yeah.
You couldn't believe what
This-
was happening.
Yeah,
I don't know about
like,
you
this
guys.
is not normal to be in a house with furniture, and we're
Right.
happy.
I don't know
and
about
safe.
you guys, but I felt like I appreciated where I was sitting. Like
Yeah.
when he did it, he made me appreciate it. I was like,
Well,
wow, you know what, man? I do like my couch.
I am in a living room.
Yeah.
I also feel like they did that to kind of put a more time lapse on the series to show how long it had
Yeah,
been
oh, yeah.
and how
I mean, they've been living in a jail cell for the past 30
As
months.
comfortable as a jail cell is.
I mean, yeah.
They were at the prison for over a year.
I believe.
They didn't even pay rent.
Yeah.
Come on, they're
What
living
you
the life.
bastards.
Living the life.
I also think it was to just also show, you know, just how far removed they really were from their past lives. Also, you know, another time lapse, you know, but just to show like, wow, even this isn't normal. Even though they were all settled down at the prison. So
Let's get some crazy revelations here about Lizzie. After we go to the scene of Lizzie feeding a zombie that was in the railroad at the beginning of the episode. Some crazy revelations there because
We don't have to kill them. Not if we don't have to.
We don't have to, and then
We don't always have
feeding
to.
the zombies. She was the one feeding. I mean, of course, this is revealed later on when Tyrese.
Yeah, she was
says
the
it,
one.
but we put the two together, and
Yeah.
you know that she was the one feeding the zombies in the.
But we don't have to tell you guys. You guys
Yeah,
already
you
know.
guys got that.
you'll figure it out.
That was crazy.
Smart.
But that just her feeding the zombie just
It was
far out.
Just put the mouse in the thing's
She's
mouth.
gone.
I was like, what?
Mika tries to talk her out of it, and then the most awesome zombies of the series.
So of the season, not the series.
You don't think it was the series?
I don't know if the
No,
series,
there's
but
some
season.
way cooler zombies in
Huh?
that. There's some way cooler zombies in that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like these burning zombies.
I did. I like the charred zombies.
Blacked out, son.
Yeah, it blacked out son.
Like
They charred up.
the effects
Charred
crew.
baby, charred.
I mean, he kind of brought it up. The effects crew. These guys are
Top of the line.
spared no expense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really trying to show you what they can do, and that's awesome. That
They were just like
they're not-
smoldering.
they're not
They
stepping
were-
up. Yeah, they're not only stepping up the storyline, they're stepping up, you know, the effects that they're doing. So that's
They're
cool.
number one TV show and television.
Number
show.
one. They got papers.
Yeah, you got paid. Though, you know what
They
I'm
do
saying?
have papers.
They have papers.
Anywho's.
Oh my God! So Tyrese and Carol talking in the woods, and which leads to
Show
Wait,
them
did I skip something?
emotionality.
No, what were they talking about?
Well, they were discussing his dreams and why he's having trouble sleeping. Which
oh yeah.
Well, that-
Sometimes I see
Whether or
someone
not
kill
you're
her,
looking
or sometimes I see her in like a crowd or something like that.
yeah, you know, just kind of. It was
A
him going through
stranger.
the motions, you know, and it was definitely there to show to put guilt on Carol's
Oh,
shoulders
And the
to
fact
make
that,
her feel that.
yeah, it's definitely still in his mind every day and
Yeah.
every night. The fact that he doesn't know who the killer is.
Yes, it's.
It was.
And it's a secret I was at least hoping would stay hidden because I didn't want anything to disrupt this relationship.
Oh, man.
I was liking how they got them together, and I thought they made a great team. I think they do make a great team. So
It was
Ebony and
inevitable.
Ivory.
It was inevitable.
it was. I
It
should
was.
have.
It really was.
Working together in harmony.
All right, man. All right. So let's. Now then they walk back to the place and they see
Liz.
they see Lizzie
Taking care of Mika.
straight up murdered Mika,
Chopping.
and she is psycho, dude.
I
She's-
think this might be the first time my jaw actually dropped.
Yeah, dude.
I was
This
like,
season,
oh my God.
this
This season for sure. But
I was like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, when you walk up and you just see their facial expressions, like you just like
They're
you
like,
know they're
what
fucking
do you
scared.
dude.
Yeah, I was a deer in the headlights too.
So people on Facebook decided to spoil. They didn't spoil anything. They just said, "WTF? This episode was ridiculous." Right? So I'm expecting something ridiculous to happen.
Why do you go
But
on
I
Facebook?
was
You need to turn that
never
off.
expecting that.
If you haven't seen the episode, you need to stay.
don't
off
put
Facebook.
spoilers on Facebook,
Yeah,
people. Not
exactly.
everyone watches a Sunday night.
Thank
well,
you.
That's hey.
But seriously, like I was expecting something crazy, and I was never expecting that. That
Yeah,
was,
I definitely was not.
that was awesome.
I
That was awesome. People are gonna hate you for that one.
I don't
Like
care.
you're a horrible
I
person.
don't care, Even
I
though
definitely
it's-
knew a death was coming.
Yeah.
I knew it had to be imminent,
Because-
especially with everything that had led up into this episode, the
I
close
knew what I had
calls,
to do.
the close calls that happened,
God.
the conversation Lizzie had with
I
Carol.
thought she was gonna kill herself, not
Yeah,
her
exactly, exactly. I wanted
Yeah.
that, and
I wanted her.
I wanted
that.
Lizzie. I wanted her.
I
to die.
wanted Lizzie gone, not Mika.
Mika,
I was
yeah.
starting to like
I was
Mika.
really on Mika's side once Carol starts talking to her and you're getting her side of things and how she feels. You're like,
Yes.
it kind of makes sense what she's saying.
She was a bright and very straightforward kid who understood, this is the zombie apocalypse and there's life and death situations, and that even showed because she started shooting the zombies and she was getting a good shot with the gun.
Yeah.
Despite
she,
what Nathan says
her
on how she
progression
hoping was the gun.
Yeah.
Well, they got out of the comfort zone. The jail was their comfort zone,
Yeah.
and then they went out of it, and they're still. Lizzie and Mika were still in this little game where they
Little bubble.
Named the.
named the zombies game, and Mika, well, she even said it. They're it's not. What did she say? It's not
It's not a game.
It's not a game
It's-
anymore.
it's
We
not
have
a
to
game.
pretend.
It was we were
It's not,
pretending.
it's not. Yeah, it's like you were pretending. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you will know. I'm like, well,
Carol even thought Mika was worse off than Lizzie.
Yeah.
and I thought
Yeah,
so
She
too.
was.
She was like, she's way far gone
Yeah, they switched
Well, actually,
out.
she thought she was inferior. She thought she would never be able to handle a gun.
because she was too sweet.
Yeah. She thought she wouldn't be able to make it.
Well, she reminded her so much of Sophia
Yes.
that she was really trying hard to get.
She's like, you gotta be mean.
Yeah.
And for the fate that happened, it didn't need to go down like that.
Yeah, I think Carol like realized, you know what, Sophia died a good girl,
Yeah.
and now Mika dies.
Applaud to the writer's staff, though.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
They really-
you guys, you got me.
Huge
Applaud.
curveball.
Applaud to everybody on the actors, the writing
Oh,
staff.
yeah, this was probably one of the second half season's best acting jobs.
It was definitely.
Oh, and what's the next scene? Another jaw dropper. The Carol and
Oh, and then we get the
Tyrese.
confession. Yes.
Oh no. Well, you still got
Well, you
you still got.
oh,
one
yeah,
more
taking
thing.
care.
oh yeah,
We got one
the,
more thing.
The other jaw dropping.
Taking Lizzie out for a walk.
Yeah.
Taking
It's
old
like Old
Yeller. Old Yeller out back.
Which I think we all.
Dragging her along.
I think we all knew that was pretty much necessary.
Once I saw her start walking out the back, I was like, oh, they're really doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We kind of said it, in that situation.
How bad of a world is it when that's the right thing to do?
Yeah, that was it.
There's no psychiatrist.
Because
out
you
there.
can't. There's no talking her out of it.
Exactly.
There was no psychiatrist.
There's
on
no
the
coming.
planet that could help her.
Yeah,
She was so far gone from her reality on that.
Yeah.
That
like you guys said.
when she
Can't
realized
sleep. Yeah.
when she realized kind of Carol was upset about her, she thought it was because she aimed a gun at her.
not because you
Oh,
told
when
your
she
sister.
said that,
Forget about the dead sister.
yeah, you just realize how far gone she was between reality and the game.
Apathy in its truest form, and that those type of people cannot survive with other people. So
She did such an amazing acting
I
job
mean,
there.
Lizzie's
God.
acting in this scene was the best acting. That's my favorite acting in the whole
What scene?
whole show.
Which
When she was about to lights out,
duh.
old Yeller in the back of the
Yeah,
bar.
just the fact that she displayed that you're mad at me for the gun.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
yeah.
part.
I just
wow.
thought it was grade A acting. It was the best.
This
So
girl
is-
needs to be in more
So was
movies.
Carol's. I mean, like I'm just saying, like the whole.
She was like holding it back, rock star.
Yeah.
Even Mika kind of.
I think we should even do a moment of silence for Mika, not Lizzie.
Yeah, no, Lizzie.
No,
Lizzie.
A moment of loudness for Lizzie.
Yes, a moment of love. Lizzie! Ah! You cry!
Mika.
Stare at the
Okay.
flowers.
Stare at the
Stare
flowers.
at the flowers for Mika.
Stare at the flowers, George.
But all right. So now we can go to the other jaw dropper of this.
So
Now by
third-
this time, your jaw is on the floor, your tongue is rolled out, your eyes are popped out.
Yeah, you're,
What does it all mean? What is happening?
it was.
But yeah, okay. So Nathan, or would you like to? You were commenting on this earlier. The other jaw dropper of the show.
What was exactly the scene? They're sitting down at the
Carol's
table.
confession.
Yeah, just
She slides the gun across.
Yeah.
That was
Awesome.
Yeah,
That was
it
people
was
are
just-
gonna hate you for that.
it was just awesome. You give someone
Yeah,
a chance
yeah.
to. The whole thing with Carol saying, "Hey, I did this. Here's the gun."
Redemption.
Dude.
Basically, what
Forgiveness.
she was saying is, I'm done with this, but if you want to keep going on,
Yeah.
Very
you know,
true.
put this gun down and we can just keep going on. But you
Yeah.
can end it right here.
I think
You can
she-
go
yeah.
on by yourself if you don't trust me.
I think she was feeling very
She's like, do
vulnerable
what you
anyway.
gotta do. She
Exactly.
said, do
And
what you
she-
gotta do.
That not only showed she wanted to be honest, but it definitely, in her mind, that was a way out.
Yeah, that
She
was
had had
wild,
enough,
yeah.
and she was almost just, you know what, Tyra, if this is what you want, then I don't care, because then I've had enough. So if my last action in this world is to please you, then by all means.
Yes.
Well, I kind of looked at it in a different aspect of, she kind of saw the errors of her ways, like killing those two people,
Mhm.
like and seeing how Lizzie was like crazy, like just seeing that she kind of taught her to be
Yeah.
fierce like that, to go out on her own, and
So was it her
Did-
fault?
I feel like it was.
I believe she blames
She
herself.
blames herself.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
we say? Could we go back to what we've been talking about every single Night of the Walking Dead? We say new beginnings, right?
Mhm.
Could we say that Carol has gone full circle back to like saying, or not full circle, but 180 or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it?
turn around in the right direction.
Yeah, she's going in the right direction now.
Like a
Could we
cleanse.
say
She,
that?
she's
Spiritual
definitely, yeah, her
Her
human
big one.
switch has been turned back on, I say.
Yep, everybody's human switches are turning back on after the prison. You guys noticing that? I mean, like,
Because after
Carol,
that, everybody
Carl.
broke. Obviously, they broke down.
And,
Yeah,
and a big
everybody's
thing
breaking
on this
down.
episode is I forgive you. That
Oh.
line. I forgive you.
It
That
takes
was
a huge-
Tyrese's.
It takes a
Tyrese,
huge person to
And I-
forgive someone for that.
Even the rest of what it says, I forgive you, but I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
I feel like that's gonna be a tone for the next two episodes.
you will, you know, it's always going to be a part of you, and then that's like
I-
always, that's almost worse.
I
than
thought
this.
also a great foreshadowing before they confessed is when Tyrese told Carol, you know what, you did right by everyone. And by everything that took place at the prison, he
Oh,
literally
yeah,
like
yeah,
you know
he says that you did right by everyone.
you know kind of even saying without even knowing, he just said that what she did was a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then for, like I said, for the forgiveness to come out, and that's awesome. I'm so happy that Tyrese just showed
Tyrese,
some heart.
Tyrese, good guy.
Yes.
Like you said, first time.
It's
a
like,
while.
so, when's the last time you've heard "I forgive you" on this
yeah,
show?
yeah.
When?
Can we stop and think real quick?
Yeah, can we?
Nope.
No.
No, I can't think. I forget.
No.
I don't know, man. That was this episode.
Forgiveness is not a good tone.
Would we like to?
I think we should go ahead and start rating.
Let's go for our rating. Let's go for our rating.
Are we rating this one by numbers? How are we doing this
1 out of 10.
I think we're going 1 out of 10. You can do 0.5s.
I thought everyone had their own scale.
Well, we did it first, but then we,
We did.
changed
We're
it all.
kind of
We
going
tried
to
to
get
get
everybody
everybody.
uniform.
So
So
1 through
it's
10 on a 0.5, so you can go. You know,
yeah, you go. Yeah.
you know that.
You know, I'll start it.
We'll start off with Steven.
I want to give this one a 9. I really like the
Nine.
acting, the way this whole episode played out. Everyone did. They just did such an awesome job with this episode.
Yes.
I was not expecting it to turn out as good as it was, honestly, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10. One of the best episodes of Walking Dead. One of the best episodes of Walking Dead. Acting, everything, CG,
Story progression.
story, just everything about the show got me excited about Walking Dead again. Like I mean, like I don't know. I've always been excited about Walking Dead, but this episode just. Man, I was excited to come here and talk about it tonight. Just yeah. So 9.5 out of 10 for me. I love this episode.
I still feel great episode. Great episode. I'm not going as high as either of you. I'm going 8. I'm going 8.5.
8.5.
That's a Robert high for Robert.
That's high for
I
Robert.
love this.
sure.
Well, the only reason I think about this is
What's a
because
10?
as great as it was,
Everyone does.
had the show not been about 2 kids getting killed, I do not think that it would have pulled me in as much. But it's The Walking Dead, and that's what they do anyway. You know, because I talked about how like this was probably the second saddest moment I've ever had. With Lori's death, but
Did that
overall.
episode
that episode got a 10
That
because
one was
that's
super.
because I was not expecting that to happen, and I wasn't expecting this to happen, but the foreshadowing was thrown at you in layers and layers and layers, so it's kind of all put itself right out in the open. But still, they delivered it and did an amazing job. The acting, the story, everything. So still an 8.5, great episode.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. That's great for Robert. 8.5.
That's pretty high
Go
for
Robert.
Robert's
Man,
standards, Robert's
9.5, man.
Sorry.
Ten,
I have to go with a 9. Mainly,
Nice.
like like level 9 beard on this one.
Level
Level 9 indie beard.
Yes. Yes.
But I just because the acting was really good, the story progression was really good. They told a lot of emotion, a lot of character progression in an hour, like 45, whatever it was.
Yes.
But I mean, that was what made that so great. Like the fact that they killed off 2 characters that are relatively new, that could have had some more aspect in the show, but they had kind of show like how lost people are.
Yeah. They finally start to indulge into like their story, and then
Yeah.
Nathan?
Thanks
Well,
for
actually,
coming by.
I broke it down to 3 subcategories to get my total
Alright.
score. I did story progression, 8. It was pretty good, but it didn't really push the storyline forward except for these characters.
Right.
Very true.
Uh,
Very true. It was a small thing.
Yeah, the character progression was off the scales. I gave that a 10. The acting the same
It's
way.
11.
It was a 9. And the shock and awe factor was a 10. So I give this a 9.5 zombie grunts.
Whoa.
Boom.
And
That's
this is
a lot
my
of zombies.
You
highest.
guys applaud that.
Dude,
Oh,
that's like
God.
a horde of zombies.
This is my
Zombie world
highest
level.
rated episode of the season.
Yeah,
As part of the
definitely.
season.
Definitely highest rated episode for me.
You're getting all good stuff here.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So,
Except for Robert.
awesome. Cannot
An
wait.
8.5. That's like a B plus.
That's a B plus, bro. This
It
deserves
was a
an
great
A.
episode.
I think. I don't
So
know,
harsh.
man. God. All right, so I think we're going to see some 10s. We might even see a 9 out of Robert next week.
To give it a 9 out of 10, you'd have to literally say it's one of the top 10 episodes this show's ever done.
There we
That
go.
would be a 10 out of 10. Would be the top.
But look,
I think the 10s
Look.
on this show are few and far between.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say we
Any
might
tips?
see a 9 or a 10 out of Robert in the next 2 weeks because we're
Maybe.
coming down to the season finale.
Maybe.
And
2 more episodes.
2 more episodes left. Super
stoked.
excited about it now.
Stoked.
Cannot wait to see what happened to Beth and Daryl and see if everybody reunites at the end.
Only problem is my expectation bar. It's up here.
Oh
true.
man,
They
Yeah,
got
our
a
expectations
lot
are
to
high.
shoot for, so
I think
they've
they're
got to
gonna-
meet them.
I think they're gonna meet it. And thank you so much for watching the. Thank you so much for watching
Oh my God, guys!
Walking Dead.
Oh my God.